Hello, and welcome to part 10. This time we're going to put a Twitter feed into our website. So let's go right over there. And I am on the index HTML page. I want to come down here. Now what I haven't done on the index page is get rid of all this extra text. So I'm just going to click right here where the About page is and scroll all the way to the bottom. Slowly and painfully. There we go. And then just hit delete. And that should clean up that problem. Okay, and right here where it says add Twitter feed, that's where we're going to put our Twitter feed. So how did I find out how to put a Twitter feed into my website in the first place? Well, I just Googled it. Like, that's how I find out everything, right? And what I found out is this. I'm going to go to my, first of all, you need to have a Twitter account. And that's pretty simple to do and free. So I don't have very much going on my Twitter feed, so I'm going to use another Twitter feed, but this is where I am. I will go here to my settings and help, and then click on my profile. Once that is done, I will come down to the bottom where it says widgets. And I have already created a whole bunch of these little Twitter feed things while I was practicing. And then I'll hit create new. Alright, so like I said, this is what my Twitter feed would look like. It's very short. I am going to use a different Twitter feed, and I'm going to use TED Talks because I like TED Talks. TED. And that is more what TED Talks Twitter feed would look like. Okay, so there's a little preview on this side, and that's nice. Most of the social media works the same way to get it to work in your website. So how I set this up is pretty much the way you'd set them all up. Anyway, I can change the height at this point. A little too high for me. I think 350 ought to do it. And I also have a light and a dark theme. My website's dark, so I'm going to go with the dark theme one. I can also change my default link color from this blue color to my that orange color that I've been using on the website, which I could type in the hex number value right there and get the exact number, but this will do for right now. It doesn't preview that, but it does end up showing up. The last thing I'm going to do is hit Save Changes, and then down here I will end up with the code to copy and paste into my website. Pretty straightforward. But if I wanted more customization than this, I mean, I really wanted to look like it was integrated in part of my website, I could go here to the customization document, and they would tell me how to make it more and more customized. Okay, but we're not going to do that, not in this video. I'm going to save changes, and voila. Oops. Here is the text that I'm going to copy. I'm going to go back to my website, and this is where I want to put it, but I don't want to paste it out here because then I'll just get this. I want to go to the code section, and where this is, that's where I want to make the space and then paste in that information. Alright, let's go back over to the document, and if I go to live, let's see what I get here. I get that. Now the deal is it's at a set width. Remember we set it at a width, I believe it was, I don't know, whatever the default width is. So I'm going to change that so it flexes with my box. Over here, back to code. Sometimes you can look in the code here and you can see the width wherever the width is set up. But in this case, I don't. So what I'm going to do is write a class rule that will change the Twitter timeline to 100% in width. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for, this Twitter timeline, right? Okay, so let's go make a new rule, and I want to be careful that my new rule is for this document only. I don't need anything else. I can make this less specific because I only want that class Twitter timeline, and I'll say okay. And in here I just want to go to the box and set the width for 100%, which is right there. And now I should have a box that flexes with mine. All right, nice. Okay, let's go take a look at this out in a web browser. So I shall save it and preview it. Let's do it in Google Chrome. And there it is. Oops. Be careful where you're scrolling. So all these links are clickable, and you can even tweet back to TED Talks or whoever you have in here. And it's a pretty cool little thing. If you are so into social network that you need to have these things in there, there it is. It works really well. Okay. Also, if you are interested in doing the Facebook one, this is the link for you, and I'll try to put it in the below the video here so that you can go to this one. Sets up pretty much the same way, and then and it has more customization if you'd like that. Here's one for Instagram. This is a little bit different of a website called Snap Widget. It's not actually an Instagram product, but it is free, and I have not tried it, but there it is. Anyway, I'll put those links below the movie. Okay, back over here. What are we doing next? We are going to drop in a video. Okay, so there's a couple of ways to drop in a video. If you're using the CC version of Dreamweaver, you can put your own video in. That means the video is on your computer. You'll select it, drop it in. It will create the 3 or 4 different versions of movies that there has to be to satisfy all the different web browsers out there and their needs. And then that way, when you post your website, the video is coming from your website and not coming from a link that's coming from YouTube. But in this case, we're just going to go right to the YouTube and grab one from there and put it in. It's pretty simple. In either case, you could do the your own movies from this website. It's just a little bit tougher because you'd have to go get the movies converted and all. But the CC version is much easier. It's much more HTML5 and CSS3 friendly. Okay, so I'm going to open up my gallery page because that's where my movie's going to go. I'm going to get rid of a space here that I don't like. Well, I thought I was. Oh, and it turns out I like that space a lot better than I thought. So, right after Art of Disruption, I'm going to hit return. And then I am going to insert my movie right here. So what I'm going to do is go out here and we'll go to YouTube, done with Facebook. And let's see if we can find Art of Disruption. And there it is. So once I'm on the video, I can come down here and where it says share, I can share it with all these social networks. I can share it by dropping or copying and pasting this into an email or a text. Or I can go here to where it says embed. And once I hit, or I can choose the video size, which I'm just going to leave at this default size. Now, you know what? Let's do something smaller. Now we'll leave it at the default size. We'll change that once we get it put into the website. So the same thing. I'm just going to copy and paste this. Couldn't be easier. Copy, back over here. Remember, I don't want to paste it here. I want to go to the code and paste it here. So I'm going to select that, make some space again, paste that right in. Now, this is a pretty short little blurb here, but if you send this, if you try to test this in your from your computer, it won't show up because it doesn't understand www without the HTTP. So right here, even though this will work once you put it on the remote server, from here you need to type in HTTP : and that way you can see it. And this will work in both places now. Okay. The other thing I want to do is take care of right now is my width. I'm going to change the width to be 100%. Remember, sometimes I said you can just type it right in here, and that way it'll fit that spot just the way I want to. Back to design view, scroll down. Let's see if this will work in live view. Scroll down. Maybe not. So off of live view, we'll do a save. We will go look at it in Google Chrome again. And there it is. So this will play. It will go full screen and all the same stuff that other movies would do. Okay? So that's, see how simple that is? And of course it flexes with my, my screen now. Okay? There we go. All right. And when you come back, we will add a form to our contact page. See ya.